Welcome to the Blades and Bloodlines podcast. I'm Blasius, a 7th generation barber, carrying on my family's legacy in our 3rd generation shop, a fixture in our community since 1978. This podcast is about more than cuts and trims. It's about connecting with people who have incredible stories, fascinating careers, and vital perspectives to share. Every episode encapsulates an authentic barbershop experience, a bastion of free speech, likes of which you've never seen, and flows into a meaningful conversation, one that might just change how you see the world. So pull up a chair, sharpen your mind, and join the conversation. And remember, soon you won't be able to say anything. So while you have the opportunity to say something, say something. And welcome back to the 2nd edition of the Barbershop Roundtable, where anything goes in the barbershop. It's the last bastion of free speech, so you can openly talk about heterosexual, homosexual sex. You can talk about politics. You can talk about whatever you want. You can be a communist. You can be the center of the Red Scare, and it doesn't matter because everything is acceptable in the barbershop. It's the last bastion of free speech. So guys, how does it feel to be back in the barbershop?
Feels fantastic. I'm so happy to drive an hour and a half to get here.
Well, welcome to my world.
Can I just say, as well, can I start with saying,
Acknowledgement of country? No, okay.
No, he had a scroll. He had a scroll. He was able to eat one.
I finally had one of Dana's scrolls.
Nice.
She's absolutely the best. What type of cooking would we call that? That'll be called.
That's like baking.
It's baking. She's one of the best bakers out there.
She's good at getting baked.
Yeah, she's the best. And thank you very much, guys, for leaving it for me.
Well, we had no choice. You sort of was there first of all.
I would have burned his house down. There's no remorse for that. You don't do that type of stuff. We're going to call each other brothers and like friends and stuff, and you're eating my scrolls. No.
That's right.
That's it.
So I think, look, there's a lot of talk around the country now at the moment with immigration. It's always what's wrong with Australia at the moment, right? But I want to... Guarda questa cá.
Oh, my God.
Fucking Nick's in love, bro.
Sorry, that was a technical glitch, everybody.
Yeah,
so
we do apologise for that.
There was a pigeon that went past the front.
Yeah. Anyway, so I want to focus back on what's good about Australia, right? And what was the best about Australia was when we grew up. And I was telling Daniel this before. Do you remember when we were kids? Now, you guys would have grown up in a way more multicultural area than I did, right?
Yes.
Like what?
Hills.
In the Hills District. But the Hills District's what? Indian back
No,
then?
Aussies.
It was Aussies back then?
We were the Wogs.
You were the Wogs. What
Lebanese.
did you grew up in Stoj?
I grew up in Hurstville, so St. George area,
You grew up in
Hurstville.
the St. George area?
So it was Dongma town. It was a lot of Chinatown.
a lot of Greeks around
But
there?
there's a very multicultural school that I went to. There's Wogs everywhere.
was
A
like-
lot of Massos.
It was like De La Salle College?
Sorry, no, I went
That's
to
what I
Hurstville. Went to Hurstville Public. And
Oh,
then I
you
went to
didn't go to Catholic school or anything?
Catholic school, bro. I'm Orthodox. What's wrong with you?
Well, St. Spiridon. You go to an Orthodox school.
No, I went to my parents had put me into public, mate. You see, that's why
It's fucking better off anyway.
And I went to Blakehurst High School.
Less molestation.
A lot less, mate.
Yeah.
But it was very multicultural. Now that I think about it, there's a lot of Wog kids. A lot of Wog kids. It was good, fantastic.
But you never noticed it, did ya? Like, I had, like, Filipino friends. One of my friends was half Italian, half Greek. Well, 2 Filipinos, a big redhead. But you don't... So that was redheaded race, but his surname was actually Italian. But regardless of that, you didn't see that colour, did ya? But now all of a sudden it feels like innocence has been stripped away a little bit, and I feel like I notice it a bit too much now. You know?
There's a lot more. Well, what's the Aussie? Well, I don't know. I went to Oak Hill, De La Salle. That was good.
Yeah.
That was full of, a lot of Aussies there. But I think now, I don't know, I think now it's the Wogs, the European, well, my dad called the Dago when he was brought. That was a different name.
I was a Wog, mate.
Yeah, I was the Wog, but there was Dagos beforehand.
Yeah, I'm fucking.
No, they
proud
got
to be a
punched,
Wog.
dude. They had to mingle in with the Aussies, And I think we sort of did the same in our generation. 80s baby. When you
No, I'm a 90s.
You're 90s.
90s.
So I was with Stodge in the 90s. You're in the 80s. No, you
Yeah.
born in the 80s?
81, yeah.
81.
I was 90.
Fuck me, bro.
I was 90.
Yeah,
bang
I know,
on
I'm
90. That was fantastic growing up. Fuck, it was awesome. No internet.
It was... This is it. It was
You
the
had
best,
to play
man.
with toys. You played with toys, bro.
Or sticks.
I was playing with my wrestlers until I was,
Well, that was the best.
14 years old, man.
Yeah.
My nonno made me a ring.
Oh, fuck. That's it.
So like he got like a drawer made out of really hard plywood, right? And then what I did was I got the turnbuckles I had from a previous wrestling set, and we went to Spotlight and got the ropes that was like the elastic that you would use for your pants, and I had a proper ring, and Nonno built it for me. It was
See, that's the best.
fucking
Now,
awesome.
what is
man.
it? Here's an iPad.
You may.
I'm disgusted when I
yeah.
see kids with iPads. I'm disgusted.
Yeah, or the toys get thrown away. They don't
Wait,
get
before I
played.
say that, do you give your kids iPads?
Well, when we were traveling on an airplane, we didn't really have a lot of choice,
Okay.
so it's definitely used as a tool,
Yeah.
which you can harness. But in terms of like, oh, here, just take it and shut up. Nah, you can't do that.
Fair
That's like, it's got its place. You won't
Yeah.
understand until you become a parent. But credit to the parents that had to pacify their kids before iPads, man. It's not easy.
I was just quiet. That's it, bro. I was just, just quiet playing with toys. Your imagination. I had little toy soldiers. You know, little green soldiers.
Yeah.
I used to set up like full missions, like full wars, like Saving Private Ryan style, from one end to the house to the other. You have to complete these missions, and your imagination will go crazy.
Yeah,
Kids
G.I.
don't do
Joes.
that now.
I feel like they don't do that.
Superheroes, dude. Superman or superhero figures. I used to have them.
That's
You
it,
guys
that's
used to have you guys used to play like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff as well.
Yeah.
All that kind of shit.
Tamagotchi. I killed my Tamagotchi. I drowned it.
No, I never did that.
I drowned. What was it? Game Boy.
Yeah, Game Boy Color, all the
Nintendo
Pokemon
64.
games. Yeah.
Nintendo 64, James Bond, all that type of stuff. GoldenEye, that was the best.
I remember using typewriter, dude.
Using what?
A typewriter.
Fuck, I'm not that old.
A typewriter? What the fuck, huh?
School, before computers, dude.
A typewriter?
Yeah, and we never had a computer. When you did assignments, I remember using a typewriter.
Well,
then
like the one you have to go...
Yeah. Liquid paper it, sometimes it wouldn't come out. Dude, yeah, you have to stuff up, you got to redo it again.
Fucking dinosaur, man. I remember we used to have computer lessons to learn how to use clip
computers.
art and stuff.
We started with the
Yeah, was that the 90s?
we started with the OG computers, and it was a very basic internet.
Like Windows 98 or something.
Yeah, 95, 98, and then Windows NT, 2000 XP when it came out. That was crazy. But what you had to use like Encyclopedia Britannica to do your assignments. You had to read books. Now AI is telling you. It's going to get to the point. I'm going deep now, where AI will tell you exactly what it wants you to know. Give it 20 years, it'll be certain words are gone, and you type in something, and it'll tell you exactly what it wants you to know.
Well, with ChatGPT now, how do you retain intellectual integrity when it can just write it for you?
Exactly.
Like, I mean, I use it so much for when I'm trying to orchestrate questions.
Yeah,
and,
it's fine.
Like, it's great.
It's a tool.
It is a tool, but like, fuck. Imagine having all these doctors graduating now. They'd have to do all their theses and stuff with, and they're just fucking AI, fuck it, you know?
Well, yeah, you were telling the jobs, all the jobs you were saying that we're going to, in 3 years, accounting or...
Mate, watch, if you're an accountant, it's gone. Okay, anything that doesn't have, that requires dexterity. So accountants, you won't even need it. You just have one head accountant.
One program to overlook it.
And then there'll be one person to just go through it and make sure. So most of the accountants are gone. Lawyers, legal secretaries, admin work, even fucking Nick, I'm being honest, like with the podcasting and whatnot, you look at that, video creation, where's that going to go?
Well, editing, you definitely can run through AI, but AI can't do all this.
No, it can't, but it's going to reduce the amount of people that you have in a certain company. So maybe not just Nick because he's by himself. But if you go to Universal Studios where you have 100 people, 1,000 people, you'll cull half of them. You don't need them.
But this is what raises a funny question when you talk about lawyers and stuff. Like, but when you actually get a case that isn't clear cut and you're relying on specifically expressing like the emotion of the jury, like it was duress, it was a crime of passion. Like AI can't use emotion.
Early days will be like that to the point where you won't even have that. It'll just go straight into a computer and it tells you guilty or not straight away. Done.
Fuck.
Man, it might be the point.
That's. I'm looking down.
Yeah.
Years down there. Yes. Go.
No, keep going. I was just going to say, it gets to a point
if you're mining a fucking vein of gold, keep going.
Keep going.
Keep mining.
You fucked it for me.
I'm sorry, dude.
But that's where the end goal is. You look at Minority Report. You'll just have key people in certain roles. My role as an engineer, you'll cull half the people. You don't need that many people on a project because a lot of it will be automated. You just need key people to make sure it's on track and to overlook it. Labor, you won't need labor anymore. The machines will be running themselves. The machines will be running themselves. That's simple as that. So here it is. Where do all these people go? When there isn't a job for them, where do they go? What happens to them? Centrelink, yeah.
You're right.
Universal basic income. That is it. That is it.
Retrain or just go on the
What,
dole.
retrain where?
Well, I don't know, wherever the sector needs them.
Yes.
Whatever that may be.
A little bit, but most of the people, when you look at it, it'll be universal basic income. You will own nothing and be happy.
Or do you reckon Amazon will buy up absolutely every industry there is and every employee on earth will just be working for Amazon?
those few companies like Amazon, BlackRock, they're already
Well,
already
BlackRock
doing
and Vanguard
it.
are the hedge funds that own it all
So
anyway.
they own everything already. So, but you look at Amazon, sure, Google, Tesla, it's already there. It's already there. They're already owning majority of things. Like, yeah, Amazon, you're watching everything on TV, all the Amazon shows, and it's all linked to the Amazon Prime. And then if you have Amazon Prime, you get your parcel the next day. Isn't that right, Nick? You get your parcel the next fucking day. So you get all these perks for being included in these things. So it comes down to, again, then digital ID, you're vaccinated, you're this, you're that. You get all these perks. You did the right thing, mate, here, you get your parcel the next day. You get to have your $45 latte.
So do you think this digital ID that's come in England now, and as Dana was saying, Sweden now and a lot of Scando countries are starting to do it, do you think that will be the new vax passport now?
Yeah.
100%. That's what it was all for.
MyGov.
Yes, exactly. MyGov and my ID. So I got it so I can get like I was saying before, so I can become a director of a company. And it's not a dodgy company, it's a legit company. But you have to get it so, and they brought it in because they said, oh, there's a lot of sham companies out there, so we have to keep track of it. Obviously, yeah, okay. Sure, you clean that up, but now look where it's coming. You go to England, oh, well, why are they bringing out the digital ID? And he said it was mandatory.
Border security.
Border security,
But
but they let everybody in.
but
They
they-
created the problem.
But they
To
very
give-
brazenly created that
Fuck
problem
yeah.
too, which is why 2 million of them marched not long ago.
And that's why everyone's upset. So now you have to have a digital ID. And that digital ID is exactly what I said, which is all the perks. You do good, you get to have, your little slice of freedom where, the Bloodlines podcast and the fucking Stojafyers, you guys are excommunicated. Well, fuck yous, man.
There will be wiggle room. There'll be ways around it.
Of course there is. Always is, man.
There always was. There'll be like a resistance.
But that's what they're coming to. So we were saying this before all the time. We were saying, look where it's going to go to, and it's there. You can see it. Everyone's calling us conspiracy theorists, but we're just conspiracy realists. I stole that from someone.
No, it's a good.
It is,
good
but that's what's
coined
happening.
term.
And then you look at it in, and I'm very aware of where we wanted to go with this podcast, which is talk about our growing up, which we'll come back to it because that's important. But looking where we're going, fuck me. Look, because we're the generation, us, where you might die before this time because you're a bit older than us. No, you're still young. Where we saw before, when we didn't have this shit, and then we will see the future when all this shit comes in, and then our children. So it's
We're
up to-
transitioned.
we are literally we're the transgenders of that point, but it's up to us to teach our children, not to be entrepreneurs, but literally to be survivalists.
Yeah,
That's what it's going to come down to. You're not going to teach your son, oh, this is how you become rich and very successful. No, I'm going to teach you how to survive.
Well,
You can. Your age.
Yeah,
My kids' generation, they're on their phones.
yeah.
Your kids, my children, when I have them, no vaccines whatsoever. No, won't touch them.
Well, it's not that hard to do.
Yeah, exactly, but I won't touch them.
It's been done before.
It's poison. You're not going down that path. Will I put them into the school system? Probably not. I'll teach them.
Schools might even know.
I'm a civil engineer. I can teach maths and a bit of English.
English?
English.
All right. Well, let's touch on that. Do you ever think you underestimate the complexities of homeschooling, or you think it's fuck it, we're just easy breeze?
Oh, I don't think it's
Find
easy.
a parallel community.
I don't think it's easy, but it's sort of like you have you have a lot more control. I think you'll have a lot more control. You should have a lot more control over what you teach your children.
I think so. But that's, lazy parenting comes down to that, right? Like, to me, when I was young and I was coming up, and probably the same for you guys as well, it seemed to me back then when I was in primary school, it's not just because of the era I was in, nearly every single person owned a house, and every single person's mum was like mum. They went home, mum cooked. You fucking ripped your pants, mum
Yes.
sewed it up, I just don't feel like a lot of women possess those skills now.
Fuck, that is,
You know?
you just that's nostalgia heaven for me, bro.
Yeah.
Like mum, like you go home, like everything was taken care of, sewed your clothing, food was always cooked, Now it's not like that because you have to have two incomes.
The erosion of the female's role in the family has been convoluted now. Now they don't know what the role is.
Well, what is the role?
Well, the role is to be the nurturer.
Three males on a podcast. What you're going to cop so much hate for this? Who gives a fuck? But what is the
Gives
role?
a
It's to
fuck,
be a
bro.
nurturer.
Well, what do you mean? What is the role for what?
For the female,
Well,
and
the
family,
female,
for
the
the mother.
females get up on
Equality,
their high
equality.
horse to talk about what I want. A male has to do that. I said, well, fuck you. We'll play this game too.
No, but
this is what I expect from you.
I remember when I grew up, man, my mum was, she was working, but also there was always food on the table. She looked after me, took care of me, took me to the park, took me to the friends, all that type of stuff. There's a lot of love and nurturing. It's one of the best, it was the best growing up, full of love. Let's look at ask these children now. I was just hearing last night, there's a lot of people going to mental health in the hospitals and whatnot, with like a lot of issues where they're crying out for attention. My dad, they put us in private school. Are you fucking serious?
Their parents are on their phones all the time. That generation is molded. Now, every time I see someone pushing the pram, it's always with the phone.
I realised that the other day.
It's a lot. It's a lot of it now. You gotta be present.
Yeah, I go to my phone. I'm like, fuck the phone. I just want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Just put it away. It's disgusting.
Try going for a walk or going on a bus trip to the city and not bringing your phone, and realise how much more present you are.
Yeah.
And I was telling this last podcast when my missus got the phone stolen in Mexico, how present she was all of a sudden. You know, because you know how it's always like you're at the park when you're a kid and you're like, you're on the swing, you're like, Dad, watch, Mum, watch. And now they're just like on the phone. Oh, yeah, that's very good, Rodney. Yeah, all good. But now, like, she was actually watching. I was like, fuck, I loved it. I love it when the missus is watching, you,
Of course, man. She has
great feeling.
not necessarily, I don't mean to say she has to. Like, it's good for the mothers to be present there, and I'm sure she is. But we're just talking about that particular instance, and it's beautiful because we all get caught up in there. Like, even last night I went to a concert, and for whatever reason, like, I'm just waiting or interlude, and I pull it. I said, fuck, put the phone away. Start looking at the people. What's going on? What are they doing? Start interacting. But also what I realized is everyone's filming stuff on their phones. Like, they're filming where you go to a Tool concert, there's fucking no phones allowed.
It's all the older boys that like Tool, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, no phones allowed. Fucking just listen to the music and watch us perform. And then on the last song, he's like, now you can take your phones out if you want and you can film it.
Did you do that?
Yes, that was
fuck.
Maynard. He goes,
Dead
I was there when they came out last time. We should actually go to this next one. They come out good things.
Sure.
And he's like, no fucking filming. You're saying filming, mate.
Security
comes takes out. Dave Chappelle. You had to put your phones inside of RFID, whatever bag that blocks all the comms. So it's probably don't steal the bits, but it's also you're present.
Yeah.
You're watching. Go to Bistecca. No phones. You're fucking having dinner.
Absolutely.
There's no phones. You got to put them in a basket.
It's the best way to be, man.
So why are we always pulling our phones and everything's got to do with that? Because it's training us.
It's a pathological need to share stuff with people that don't give a fuck.
You become reliant on it.
I don't share that much. You guys see what I share on my Instagram half the time. It's our stories or anything that's funny, and that's it. But I don't go sharing too much other stuff or what am I doing in my life? Where am I walking? Or I don't do that. Like, that stuff's private as well. Why the fuck does everyone have to know what's going on?
Do you reckon it'd be nice if this next generation coming through valued privacy more? Like, don't you miss the times where people had secrets? Now, if a chick loves farting...
Oh, I've got a lot of secrets, mate.
Now, well, they'll just go on Instagram and there's chicks that have like fucking fart fetishes. And
What?
Bro, yeah. Told the algorithm's fucking a cesspool, mate. And
I'd be very famous in that crew.
Hey?
With all those girls, they'd love me.
Oh, God. You could have what do you call it? A gas chamber.
Oh, just in the car there.
But, yeah, hotboxing. But the thing is, like, back in the day when people had secrets, man, and no one would share everything. You know, a mystery about people.
Yeah.
When we were in school as well, I just had a memory. Year 6, we used to make like little we used to make like these little, get paper and pencil cases, put them together, make like a little wall, like a little secret chamber. There's like a little gap in there so you could put notes through to the next person. And the teacher used to always, what's that note there? And reads it. Oh my God, I love you. Or you're so cute. Or this person smells over there. So we used to used to throw notes to each other. That was pretty cool. And then, that was a cool memory. I don't know why I brought it up, but yeah.
What did you guys do at school? Hey?
Kiss and catch, mate. But it was more like catch and kiss.
You go to a boys' school or chicks'
No,
school?
primary school.
Primary school, okay.
Boys' school, yeah, with no kiss and catch there.
Yeah, okay.
I wasn't popular like that, man.
No, it was good. Primary school was good, man. Well, mate, no, we used to just walk around the school be like robots sometimes, We're so bored, we used to just barge people out of the way.
Robots.
Cockeyed libertarian. You mean cockeyed libertarian.
That's awesome, bro.
That was the best, dude. Like, we had, but then go back to how we brought up. I remember having to I opened a can of tuna. I was one of those wog boys. Make my own sandwiches.
Oh,
Yeah, nice.
even you.
Yeah, because it gets too soggy if you take it. So I used to eat by myself sometimes.
Or you take the salamis with you and you make it there, and you get the bloody the relishes.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's like, oh, what's that disgusting stuff? And you're like, what the hell? This is like, you'll see soon enough, man. Now they're all paying $20 for a bloody, for a meze platter when they go out to eat. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. That's it.
It's simple.
I used to miss, going back further, I used to miss my grandma and Nonna. Going to her house was saying a woman's purpose. There's always sauce just simmering on the stove.
Oh, nice.
And there's always pasta or schnitzel.
The aroma.
Radicchio salad from her garden. Hand-grated Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
And Days of Our Lives on the TV.
Yeah.
Bastardo! It's going off.
That's the time when...
That was it.
It's at my grandparents' house and it was like 12:30 and Nonna goes, oh, that's enough, darling. Time to let Nonna watch the television.
Yeah.
And then that was the fucking Days of Our Lives. It's such a dramatic...
They loved it.
And they're just staring at each other for a whole episode.
They got into it.
Rick. I had an auntie, we went to Brisbane. I was in year 11. Anyway, she's been in this country for 20 years and she's watching Days of Our Lives. She can't even speak English. She doesn't care. She just watches it.
Yeah, because it was slow.
Drama.
It was drama.
There was like scenes that just...
They just stare at each other. Stop doing
it was
that.
like...
Stop looking at me that way.
Yeah, it's very slow pace. That's what it was
dramatic.
back then, dude. That's what they did,
And TV was much better when we were growing up too.
I feel like it was. There was less selection. So you weren't so fucking picky. So you feel like, all right, that's what's on. That's what's on. That's what we're watching. Now... I fucking spend the amount of time it takes to watch a movie, picking a fucking movie.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I just watch YouTube mainly. Like Netflix, if me and the missus trying to pick something on Netflix, I'll just crack it because we can't decide
Too many
anything.
options, man.
I like watching movies about the Crusades, about fucking killing castles and stuff.
Constantinople, bro. We're going to take over again.
And she wants to watch, fucking Notebook. So I don't want to watch any of that shit.
You can't do that.
Nah, please, nah.
I want to see Robin Hood, bro, where you're fighting for justice,
Which one, though?
You remember those videos I used to send? I like the one with Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Remember that I used to send you videos about how guys want to have their last moment on Earth, and it's them in a battle. I used to just draw something within me. I used to send you those memes on Instagram. I used to always just draw something in me.
They have battle scene.
There's a whole an army of fucking 10,000 people coming towards you. The only person, or you got your brothers with you, and you're gonna take them on. You're like, that's how I want to go. That's what I want to do.
For Frodo.
For Frodo.
Valhalla.
Baggins.
Let's go to Valhalla.
But all right, if there was one fucking battle or one siege or one place you wish you could visit at the height of that fucking medieval time, where would you go?
Oh fuck, we'll be back.
Were you back to Constantinople before it was Istanbul?
Constantinople, yeah, I'd love to, or Kosovo.
Kosovo?
Yeah, so back, I think it was 1310 or something where they'll fight. I can't remember the dates where they're fighting the invading Turks. So that I would love to see that because that's a lot of our songs and a lot of tradition is based off those war moments as well. So fuck yeah.
Well, I think people forget that the Balkans were holding off that Islamic horde for such a long time, and then America has the nerve to tell. Every other country, like Britain, there's Islamic surge there, and the Serbians are like, yeah, but the fucking UK were telling us for fucking ages in America that we can't repel the Ottomans from our lands.
Exactly.
What battles
hypocrites?
Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head. I have to look on the phone. I'm not going to say it because people will say, oh, you're not a true Serb. But if it wasn't for the Balkans at the time, most of the world would have been named, Muhammad, Hamza, all those different Arabic names. God bless you all, but not for me. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll grab my phone if I can grab it.
Do you reckon it's happening now though? The same thing?
What's that?
What are you saying? Like the Muslims and the...
Well, look, I think, look, when you really look at the UK, right, that Muslim minority is small, all right, considering. But the only problem is that they're concentrated in one area. So it makes it seem like it's a much bigger issue. But the problem is the issue isn't how many of them there are. That is part of it because then you get this great replacement theory. But it's more the fact that their neighborhoods then become a mirror to that third world place that they come from. So it loses its Britishness. But that's, you don't hear people in other cities going, oh, look at Little Italy, that's become this, or look at Chinatown. But the difference is those cultures, even Chinese culture, when they come to those countries, are compatible with what's there already. It integrates well. I'm sorry, but it seems like not Islam itself, but it seems like a lot of this radical Islam that these guys want, it just doesn't seem compatible with the Western values. It just doesn't. You know what I mean?
Well, then the politicians now, in London.
So the one that I was reading of was the Battle of Velbazad, 1330, a decisive victory that established the Serbian Empire's dominance, and the pivotal Battle of Kosovo, 1389. So the ones reading. So basically, the Serbian Prince Lazar and the Ottoman Sultan Murad I both perished. So a lot of our songs and traditions are based off those times as well, and that's an important one. So that's where I would go back to. I'd like to go back there, if I could.
So that battle to watch them win.
I'd fucking participate, mate.
Yeah. What about you, Daniel?
I've got no battle.
Where are you going?
I
Your
don't
battle's
know.
within.
Yeah. I wouldn't maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't go back to a battle. Got no battle I would want to go to.
I'm in that moment. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you, but I've got that inside me. I was talking to my mum this morning, and I said to her, I wouldn't go fighting wars now, but if I would, I'd join, my Orthodox brothers, and we're going back and taking Constantinople. The Hagia Sophia is coming back to us. Like, I would fight for that.
I think a lot of people don't realize, because it was so long ago now in Christianity, how big it was for that church to not be a church anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Considering that the feat of architecture
Explain.
to build it is incredible, and how they put the domes there, and they said that when you sing hymns in there, it's like heaven's brought. The acoustics are just the best in the entire ancient world.
Yeah.
And now it's a mosque.
Where's that again?
It's in Turkey now.
Constantinople, Istanbul.
So we need to go.
We do need to go.
When we go to Europe, we're going to go
pilgrimage.
Turkey. We're going to go there.
Visit all the Christian sites
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Turkey.
we should. We need to. We're planning a couple of trips for next year, boys. We'll see who can go, what we can do, whatever, but we need to start doing this. It's not just about food reviews.
When is your next
that would
food
be
review?
Oh, fuck, I don't know, man. I'm too overweight for food reviews, man. Who wants to take food advice from a fat cunt? Really? Come on, bro. Nah, shut up. But we need to start going back to
Comfortable
we
food.
need to start going back to these ancient places and reawakening them. I was reading a story about how Israel's telling the Catholic conglomerate and the Orthodox to get out of the country.
What's this?
I don't know the full story. Probably get fact checked on this, but the Israelis are telling the Orthodox Church and the Catholic Church to
They
get
freeze
out.
their accounts.
They froze their accounts.
I've heard,
Allegedly,
yeah.
I don't know the full story there, and they're saying get out of there. How? Why?
Why?
That's like the birthplace of Christianity, or is
Yeah.
it? Is it over in Ethiopia? Have you heard about the Ethiopian
I
Bible?
have. So Ethiopia, there's a church that was carved out of the stone.
Yes.
It's like inside, and it's in the shape of a cross, because there's a tradition that says that the Templars took the chalice, or the Holy Grail, took it to Ethiopia, and they said that in the Ethiopian tradition, the guys that brought Christianity there originally were red-haired Europeans. There's Templars. There's Templar imagery all over Ethiopia. It's very interesting. The Sign and the Seal by Graham Hancock explains all of it.
And there's also stories of Jesus actually being black. I'm just going to put that out there. You never know.
Maybe.
You never know.
You mean black or just very tanned?
Like tanned, yeah.
I'm going to say they're saying black. African.
Sub-Saharan.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How's
actually, who knows, to be
Well,
honest.
it's not that it's such a big
He's
deal.
not pale. He's not pale the way the church depicts him pale. No, he's tan for sure.
Nah, not blonde
There's no-
hair. Blonde hair, blue
Blonde
eyes.
hair.
Jesus.
Nah, that doesn't exist, mate. Sorry to all the people that believe
Why
that.
do they try and change history for?
Because they want to. Yeah, why is AI going to be changing history?
You're doing it now, man.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
is AI going to be changing history? Because it wants to control. Doesn't want you to remember and know the truth.
Well, the scary thing is all those truths and all those cultural things that our kids lose becomes normal
Yep.
when they grow up. So it's preserving, But what is it? What do you try and preserve with your kids that you don't want them? I know it's hard when you're divorced.
Yeah, man.
You got to try and keep them away from the clutches of their mum.
Just like natural stuff, dude, outside.
Yeah.
Like off their phones. I've got no online things. I've got no iPads.
Yeah, you are pretty invisible,
Yeah.
online. You're not.
Yeah.
You're not. He's not around much.
No, he's not.
No. I just try to go outside, enjoy it, go for a swim,
I
go
have
for
to
a
call
walk.
him to find out what he's doing.
Like a cave.
I have to call
I
him.
love just, I got myself another pet, like I said, and I just like that. I just think that's how you keep it,
Yeah.
is to stay away from the TV, from, games, sports, kids sports, the morals that you were brought up with your grandparents, you know, your normal,
Yeah.
those morals,
Yep.
keep them going, man. They're the ones you got to do. Once you stop those morals and you drop off, that's it. You stop, mate.
But then you look at it, like you look at grandparents. Grandparents are like, they live in a time which is for these kids, which is history. So again, why do people want to rewrite history? Because they don't want you to learn this stuff. They don't want you to feel that connection to where you really come from. Like, look at you guys. You got 7 generations. You can go all the way back. I can't go that far back. I have to dig around, and I'll be able to find out some stuff. But then you go 50, 60, 100 years from now, no one's going to know where they came from. They don't even know what the bloodline is.
Who knows if we'll be here? It might be mudslides.
Well, I reckon the massive mudslide is what took over the last century.
Well, there's a flat Earth discuss these sort of things.
Flat Earth.
So that's a spindling, 2,000 years rotation.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't go into the flat Earth theory, mate.
I don't think it makes much of a difference anyway.
No, well,
You know?
that's what they think. So you know,
Still got to go do labour hiring on Monday.
yeah.
Difference
Do you
to
fucking
pay.
quit, bro? Quit your job.
Yeah.
Just quit. Nah,
Me? Who you?
I can't do it. I've got bills to pay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
well, that's the thing. See,
This is the trap.
it is the trap.
Well, I
dude.
told them during COVID, I said, I'll die and I'll go back to God, and I was serious, and I wasn't going to get it. That means even if I couldn't work, I'd be on the street. I don't care.
So, are we predicting another COVID scale uproar, do you think, when this digital ID comes?
No.
Or
We
do you
won't be able
reckon
to.
people will be a lot more receptive to it?
No choice. No choice, man.
There's always backlash, though.
Yeah, but they've brought it in such a way where it's being put into
It's
every
safety.
aspect of your life.
Hey,
Yes.
well, backlash. What can we do? We said
We can
we
do
said
a lot.
before we haven't got guns.
Well,
can
this
do a
is what
lot.
they said in England. All right, to be required to work, you got to do digital ID. Well, if no one went to work, England would stop.
they
pretty
will not do
quickly.
that
Of course, they
yeah.
won't do that because people are too scared that their subscription to Netflix might.
So, do you reckon people will say no if it comes here?
I'll say
You can't work. Well, you couldn't
already-
open up an ABN
So
without.
I've
having
already
it.
got one, but I don't agree with it being put into every aspect, and I'm going to be very vocal about it. I'm not going to just say, "Oh, it needs to happen." No, I'm going to be vocal about it.
But the dynamics of a COVID vaccine and a digital ID is very different. With COVID, it's against your will. It's invasive. It's matter to flesh. This is
Yeah, okay.
just, you just got to show it before you go to work. That's
Yeah, but why?
Yeah, but what's
Again,
stop?
with-
What's the
But
next
people
stage?
don't ask why. That's
What's the next
thing.
stage then?
Exactly. Well, people don't
new-
have the foresight to
when
know
your new
what's next.
'Cause they're drinking fluoride.
flu shot
Yes.
comes out, and what if they say, well, you don't take it, you can't access your money.
I will gladly spit in their face and
Okay, but
kneel
then you
down
can't
before
access
them and
your money.
take me out. I'm being serious.
Yeah, but
but
then-
most of the people, 90% will not do that. They should do that, but they won't
But then you can't access
because
the
they
money.
don't care. Because people don't care anymore. They don't care about freedom. They don't know what freedom is.
No.
Go on, we should go walk the streets. What is freedom to you? What is freedom?
I don't think people are ready to accept freedom, And let me tell you why. So I have this book here with me. And since we're talking about freedom, this is an excerpt. Soren Kierkegaard. So he goes on to say this. Anxiety arises within a person when he becomes conscious of his freedom. This is why Hamann called anxiety a holy hypochondria. It is a spiritual awareness unknown to animals, which are merely physical creatures. But human beings are not angels either. We live in the world anchored by gravity, feet on the ground, rooted in actuality, our mortal bodies, our circumstances, the facts of our lives. And yet we breathe the air of possibility, and the force of gravity is seldom so strong that we cannot lift a foot into this air and take a step one way or another. We all long to claim our freedom. And when actuality becomes a swamp, we gasp desperately for air. Yet this same freedom, with its dizzying proliferation of possibilities, fills us with anxiety the moment we experience it. An open future is, like the nothingness of death, an unknown abyss. Glancing down, afraid of falling, we anxiously grasp and cling onto anything solid we can find: possessions, money, food, drink, and people. In an effort to steady ourselves. Thus we live, clutching at things in the world, whether or not it's for our good or theirs. But we learn to be anxious only by letting go and finding out what happens when we fall. This is an adventure that every human being must go through, to learn to be anxious so that he may not perish either by never having been in anxiety or by succumbing in anxiety. For whoever has learned to be anxious in the right way has learned the ultimate. So that's why I feel like people cannot handle freedom, because as it says, as soon as they get that freedom in there, they panic because it's an unknown abyss. And humans don't like the unknown. They don't like change, which is why they stick with their jobs. They stick with what they know.
Do you understand?
Yeah, man. It's afraid. It is. It is
So
scary.
I think going around and saying to people, what does freedom mean to you is a great thing, because you probably get 10 different answers from 10 different people, you know, and it will give you a good window into the mind of what people are thinking. What's freedom? Being able to get up and do whatever I want to do. That's probably the depth of how people would think. But let me ask you, what is freedom to you?
I'll let Daniel answer that one first.
Oh, thanks, dude.
No, sorry, I've just been cutting him off a lot. He's getting a bit upset.
I'm not upset.
I think he just wants to hear your answer.
No,
Yeah,
I want to hear
I
your
know.
answer.
It's freedom's inner freedom, man. Doesn't
Something
matter
to
where you
do.
have what you have. For me, is when you're free inside, man. Whether you got to work, like you come here happy, but if you can feel it inside, that's freedom. Like I said, people think freedom, I get up and do nothing all day, but when you have that to do, you're bored shitless, right? You're thinking fuck, and you're trying to figure out things to do.
Yeah.
So you don't want that freedom, that specific freedom. Freedom is in here. Stodge.
Oh, thank you very much for that, Daniel.
It's a state of being. It's not a palpable thing.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the
It's such a
freedom, dude.
multifaceted concept, freedom.
Not
isn't it?
having like dealing with your anxieties, your stress, dealing with all your shit. You know, that's the freedom.
Well, there's levels to it. I mean,
Yeah,
are we
that's what I was gonna say.
more free than a person in the Dharavi slum in India?
Think about it, are we?
Or are you only as free as you think? I mean, put it this way: in that slum there, yeah, they got no money, they got no nothing. Isn't the guy on the street 10 times more freer than you are, shackled to your material things, having to
Correct.
come to work?
That's why I like going to Thailand. You know, not just for your lady boys, but I mean,
Oh,
you know,
there's no
you
freedom
go
there.
there. You go there to see that. That's what I love going to those countries, because I see those people who aren't here.
but it's
dealing with this
basic.
stuff.
It's just basic,
Basic,
way of
man.
life.
And you see them happy. They're happy. Wake up, they're happy. They're happy playing with a rock. That's freedom.
He's pondering so hard. Look at him.
I'm thinking about it because it's you said it was right. So, and you said it was an internal thing. So when you're thinking about that, there's so many different levels on what freedom is. Depends on which one you go to. Like the one that just sticks for me, and the main thing for me is like the freedom for me to choose what I want to do, and the way that I want to live my life, and the way that I want to raise my family or live with my family, and without government control. That's the level that I'm at because of all the shit that's going on. But then there's other stuff, which is when we go to Thailand. Freedom, like all the basic necessities and just a very simple life. So it's just all these different levels. So really, what is the answer to it? I don't know. It's just different levels.
How would you then, in your opinion, minimize government control? Because I feel like this is the thing. People do need to be governed.
You need to, yes.
They need to be governance. There needs to be kings. There's a reason why kings and governments have existed all the way through history, right? Because people are sheep and they need to be led. They need to be herded into the right direction, not only physically but spiritually as well, which is why we have the principles of Christianity to herd people into the right path. But in terms of government, where are you drawing the line? What does your ideal government look like? What are the restrictions and what are the...
Well, okay. So if you look at it, what do we do? How do we elect a government? How do we elect a government?
we vote.
No.
Yeah. So, but what do we vote for? We vote for ideals. We vote for someone to represent us.
Someone that represents us, the individual.
Yes.
You're not thinking about the collective when you go to vote.
Well, the thing is, you'll then take a consensus and you'll do the best you can for everybody. But the thing is, that's what a government is. It's there for the people. But then when you have this back government that does all these other things and keeps on trying to push you into another direction, that's what I don't agree with. And that's what I don't like. The fact that we have a government, everyone needs to be governed. Imagine we didn't have a government. It'll be Bangla Road every single night. It'll be crazy. People need to be governed. But you're not representing the people because you bring out COVID vaccines, you bring out digital passports, you bring out all this stuff, and where you're pushing us towards. Where's it going? That's the thing that I don't agree with, because you can see beyond the bullshit.
Yeah.
Because we're awakened souls here. We've done enough research and we've stopped drinking the fluoridated water, and we can see through the bullshit.
Well, there's a good tweet here by outspoken social media commentator Anthony Scalise, who says, "No current politician or political party is going to make Australia great again. They are all weak and controlled. It's up to us, the people, and how we go about it." So if we're at that point now where we're in that same spiral where, okay, sick of this government, let's go vote. Where do you draw the line there? Do you think that those people will ever rise up and say no more parties? Or you think we're too fucked?
We're too fucked, dude.
We're too fucked?
Wait until the end of this year, this digital thing coming in.
Is it coming out here or is it coming? It's coming in the UK.
It's in UK now. We're starting off with this underage login system thing. So I think we're too far gone, to be honest.
Too far gone?
I think we're soft. We said it before. How you going? Laid back. You know?
Nepal just burnt down their parliament building.
Yeah, there you go.
And burnt down the houses of all the politicians, and they had to carry them away on a helicopter.
Yeah.
They reckon one of them, either their wife got incinerated in one of them.
But that's a very peaceful country.
They are peaceful, but
Very peaceful.
They are. They got monks. They're full of monks.
sometimes being peaceful is the wrong thing.
Well,
I had a customer come in. There's a big Tibetan community here. All right.
Yeah.
Now a lot of those Tibetan guys that come through DY, let's be honest, they're quite rough. Okay, but some of them are good people. And I was speaking to one of these guys, right? And I was talking to him about how China's annexed Tibet and how they're pillaging their country, right? And I said, but you know why you guys are good immigrants? Because you're peaceful, you know, and they integrate well. Like, you know, the majority of Garbos now here are Tibetans, and they all got fucking mullets, and they're all going, hey, yeah, mate, having two is new after do. Like, they're assimilating, you know what I mean? But here's the thing. I said to him, you guys are very peaceful. He goes, yeah, but too peaceful. I said, well, what do you mean? He goes, if we had a bit more backbone, we wouldn't have lost our country. So it's very interesting when they say, let's not advocate for violence, no more violence. I have to disagree, man. I don't think it's time to start advocating for violence, but it's time to start treating it as an option. You know, when all else fails, what do?
You reckon people do it here, though?
Look,
I did say this in lockdown to my brother when he asked. I
Yeah.
said, mate, rebellion. He goes, what's the end to this? He's lockdown. It's a rebellion, dude.
Yeah.
but then what
That's
comes
it.
out of the ashes? Who do you put on the throne?
But
The throne's, Labour Liberal. That doesn't mean shit in our country.
No.
The throne is whoever the
What do you
world
do? You have a
economic
king?
forum-
Who controls people?
Yeah, but hold on a sec. So you look at, that's why history is important, yeah? You
Yeah.
look at history, it always happens. There's always a fall of something. And then through the ashes, a new society or something that's born.
We're going through a decline now.
And it's a beautiful time, but then eventually it happens again. It's always a cycle.
Tony Biazzi. No, seriously, yeah, who would? We're not going to have that. We're
No.
running with China, man. China's taken over.
Yeah. Fuck
And
it.
India. BRICS. I think it's just different times, man. Like, you look back at history, but I think this is just different. With AI coming in, this is different. If we rebel, by the time we do think of rebellion, they're going to have us so controlled you won't even be able to grab anything through.
That's why digital ID is very important. So you see people are protesting and whatnot. So now here comes the digital ID. So we need to know who everyone is, and then we'll just start shutting you off. There you go.
It. And we follow England.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what is it? This is why I said freedom. This is why everyone's got to turn internal.
But do you get on board with all the immigration marching they're doing here though, or do you, as wogs, kind of feel a little bit conflicted?
Well,
You know?
we saw on the comment there. One guy wrote on their comments. It was pretty good. European. They're blending out the European colony now. They're bringing new. So, do we feel I'm feeling more to move up to the
that's
mountains,
interesting.
dude. You know, I'm feeling more to move away.
I didn't read that.
It was
I didn't
very
read
good,
that.
dude. Yeah, it was like a lot of good comments saying that it is, and that's the same. They're getting rid of the European, the generations, and they're going to bring in the new ones. This is it. We're getting wiped. Whether it's a good or bad thing, that's it.
But is that
We're a dying. This is it, dude. You know, and
Is
look at
that-
Europe now too. Europe's pretty bad.
is this linked to Islam? You reckon? Do you reckon they're using that as the
No, I don't think
Or do you
it
reckon
is.
the Islamophobia is just a massive psyop right now?
Yeah. I think it's
that-
the way Israel and all that. I think that's this old
See,
spiritual.
I don't think people are actually mad at Muslims.
No.
I think
No.
they're really just mad at the government, but the Muslims are very low-hanging fruit. It's easy to blame them.
Of course it is. Always, they always get blamed.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Nick coming to come in.
Come talking to Daniel's mic. Nick wants to
Get a bit lower.
talk
No.
to about a conspiracy.
Oh yeah, baby.
Good
I did a
lord.
podcast with that guy I told you about, right?
Yeah.
And he said, you know, the mass immigration that's happening in the world,
Yes.
and it's mainly the Islam people that they're bringing in. They're doing that to kill off Christianity, make the world Islam, and then because Islam is like man-made, they're going to prove Islam wrong, make everyone atheists, which then creates that new world order.
100%, dude.
and then it's all under one
The
control.
thing is,
That's the new God.
there's so many people out there
That's what
that
it
have
sounds
left
like, yeah.
Islam that have already openly spoken about how it's. I don't want to say how it's a load of garbage, but they basically talk about how it's just it's not like Christianity where it's peace and it's love. They said it's very militant, and it's the perfect ideology for conquering. Do you know what I mean?
The sword, yeah.
Look, I get what you guys are saying completely. I've got a lot of Muslim friends, Islamic friends, Muslim friends. They're beautiful people. They don't preach for any type of violence.
They're
at
the
all.
ones I don't think that understand the complexities of what they believe.
That's fair enough. And myself, and I've been getting into a couple conversations with Christians lately, some hardcore Catholics as well, and I keep on getting like, oh, you're not following God. So I'm just going to say this here. I've got my own internal beliefs. I'm an Orthodox. I was christened, and I've got my own fucking beliefs because I'm free to do so. Okay? Now, I believe that I was thinking about this morning. They're bringing in a conflict between all different religions. So everyone's points are valid, but I personally believe they're bringing in conflict between Islam, Christianity, start getting everyone fighting and creating all that confusion there. And before you know it, and then what they want to do is also they want to bring in, so there's a couple of ways. So then either become atheists and like no more religion, or one religion. But you can't just have one religion. I don't believe you can.
AI.
AI will be that one religion. So it's just a lot of things going on so that we're fighting each other. Just imagine that you pray your way, I pray my way, but we come together and we know that we don't want this to happen. We don't want this digital ID. Imagine if every single mosque in Australia, every single Christian church in Australia got together saying, we do not want digital ID. We don't want this to happen. How many millions of people were saying that we don't agree with this? That's pretty powerful, yeah?
That's big. That's uniting.
They
Hardcore.
won't put it on mainstream news.
No, they won't. But you know what else?
And they'll can it.
Yeah, exactly. You know what else they're not putting on mainstream media? How about all the Christians getting killed in Africa?
Yeah, Nigeria.
Oh,
Yeah, did you hear about that?
Slaughtering
It's like since I think it was like 7,000 people have.
We saw the same video.
That's crazy. They're not
If
talking about
it's true, they never give context. They just show you a video and say
yeah,
that's
true.
it.
They don't give context.
But if it is what it is, then it's not good, mate.
That's why I don't want to go down the religion path too. I have my beliefs and I respect everyone else's. And I get told at times like you can't respect it's Jesus Christ the only way. Look, I'm not even getting down that. I'm not going to dispel someone else's belief or denounce that person or whatnot. I'll just leave it be. And that's who I am.
Yeah.
That's how I am. That's it. That's what I think. But
When did it become like this though? Did you notice? Like it was
what a question.
What everything
But
being
pre-COVID.
everything
What a
being,
question, bro.
it's just
But pre-COVID.
the advent of information being available because we're living in a time where information is so abundantly available at your fingertips. They just saturate it with bullshit, and they understand that all right, people are attracted to certain cues. That's why when you watch the news, the big flashing headline, you read the newspaper, you know,
Red.
yeah, fucking bang. Like they know how the mind works, right? But we don't understand how it works because we still fall for it every single fucking time.
Yeah.
You are so right, Dan, in saying when did this start?
Pre-COVID, dude.
Yeah.
This is again
It's when
going back.
everyone woke up.
This is
I
again
find.
Yeah.
the going back, and it was like rebellion. They're going to divide and conquer.
Yeah.
How do you do it? Black Lives Matter started. Then it was the war. Then it was vaccinated, unvaccinated.
Yeah.
Men, women.
Dividing the whole time, dividing.
Now they got religion. That this is it. They got us all divided into. They're fucking us on purpose, and we're here talking about it. You know,
What's the
this-
next one?
Huh?
What's the next one?
Then this is the last religion, faith, dude, and then the
Yeah.
digital currency, the digital ID comes out.
You have to destroy one person's faith because faith is the thing that keeps us the strongest.
Before you know it, we're IDing ourselves, mate. And you got to. Who was your sister? Dana said, Sweden put the chip in the hand. Is that right?
Well, I think there's some people that have probably been the beta test for that.
Well,
But
that's
it's
coming.
not mainstream though.
The chip in the hand's coming.
Is that the mark?
Yeah.
I think the phone's the mark.
Well, they thought the vaccination was the mark. I think the chip is the mark because that's when you that's the
Well, the
that's
chip,
the
and
finance,
the chip
mate.
and the vaccine has to be linked in some way.
It's the digital.
I think the
Digital.
vaccine served multiple. Yeah, it's definitely digital because it
It
when
was
you look-
money.
it is okay. Yeah,
They control you.
you look at your your genome every single time they're talking about your DNA, you're coding.
Yeah.
It's code. That just someone just dropped him. It's all just code. And then what clicked in for me is like the COVID was an experiment. The vaccine was an experiment.
Yeah.
So let's see which one. So whose DNA, who's dying? If you have this much, what's going to happen to you? Are you going to be able to have children? Are you going to be able to do this? Are you going to be able to do that? What type of cancers? And then on top of that, you look at CRISPR. So now they released a story saying that they can take out HIV from your system. So wait a second, it's all there. So you had something that you were able to actually experiment on a whole population with.
And the swabs, dude, that was DNA.
I fucking gave mine. Did you do that?
Yeah.
Did you do the PCR?
Well, I did.
I never got it.
I did a PCR.
Yeah, I had to line up. I don't know. I would have to. I forget. To be honest, you just did it, but it didn't bother me because I was done. Everyone's lining up getting the swab done, man.
My mum almost knocked me out. She goes, "They took your DNA." I said, "Bro, if they haven't taken my DNA yet,
They can have it. I think I said that Boba Fett, mate, with my face in the future would be funny. Having your DNA stodge.
It's in my socks."
But this is, they say they can redo vaccinations. They're taking cancer out. What's the cancer one they're talking
It's
about?
nothing. Sorry?
They got a cancer tablet, don't they?
No, I didn't hear that one. I know that they'll be able to treat cancer with
Can
these types of. They can treat cancer now.
And they got their cure for everything.
got everything.
It's just you got to think pharmaceuticals are a business. If you're not sick, there's no money. So they got the cure for everything.
But you
They
can-
create the illnesses. These illnesses never existed in the ancient world.
These whatever illnesses people have now that they got from the COVID vaccines, in 10 years' time, 15 years' time, there'll be a cure for that. But you got to pay money for it. You got to be a good boy, a good girl for that.
I don't think there'll be a cure. I think there'll be treatment.
Treatment. There'll be a
for it.
therapeutic for it.
Yeah.
So you got to be a good boy, good girl. Listen to us, and then okay, we'll let you live a little bit longer. If not, no, you can't have this type of medicine. Or you don't have enough money to buy that medicine. We'll see you later.
Canada life expectancy's gone down.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
Pretty fucked, isn't it?
What do you fucking say to that? I don't know. Fuck.
So what does the future hold? That's the thing.
The future holds. That's an interesting thing. And to kind of round off, it's been a very quick hour. What's next for us, guys? It's very difficult for me to fathom what's next because we're already living in every single time in history. Every person has sat there, stared into space, and said, "What's next?" Infinite amount of possibilities is what comes next, but what do you hold close to you? Your faith, your family, and that's it. And just know that when the decision comes to make it the best decision that you can do for your family, if that means being in the matrix is going to work best for you, doesn't mean everyone will hate it. Some people will probably really thrive in the new system. It just depends. Maybe it's good for people. Who the fuck knows? Maybe we're wrong and what they're doing is right. How do you know? How do you know? How do you know?
Well, they say there's two ways. People go nature or people jump onto the system. Would you go nature? Or clog in?
Fuck.
Or go along with this digital currency thing, man?
Well, you got to fucking make it work, man. If you start looking at videos of people that live off grid, it is not easy to live off grid.
And you got children too, mate.
You got children, a missus that doesn't see eye to eye with you. I can just see how they've got everyone right by the balls, don't they?
You got to make communities, man. Make communities.
Parallel communities.
And then hopefully you can live like us three, us four, us together as go forward and see how we can help each other out. That's what I think.
Yeah.
But if it gets too much, then fucking completely dispel it. Go live in the bush like Desi Freeman.
He's still there?
I reckon they either killed him,
Yeah.
or they haven't found him
gone.
yet.
Yeah. Good on him.
Yeah.
Why not?
Guys, beautiful. I think that's a good place to fucking
Fuck, was that an hour
leave it
already?
there, boys.
Holy shit.
Beautiful.
Nice candid conversation. There you go. Nick,